Hi guys, welcome back to The Baseline. Thank you so much for joining me again. Hope you guys are having a great day, great night, and of course, a great life. So imagine this with me, guys. The courtroom lights, they dim, and the cameras, they pack up, and somewhere in the hush of a federal archive sits a box stamped classified, do not release. And inside it, thousands of pages the public has begged to see, the Epstein files. And yet, every time that box gets close to daylight, something happens. Something weird, like a delay, a new review, a convenient distraction, because this isn't just about one man's crime. It's about the invisible network that decided what we're allowed to know and not know. So reports are suggesting the same legal logic that shields sitting presidents from indictment is being used to keep these particular files buried. A doctrine built not on justice, but on self-preservation. So it appears the system wrote itself a permission slip. You can't prosecute power while it's still in office. And that seems to be the message. And in America, power never really leaves office. It just changes desks. So think about that. If the public can't indict, can't access, can't even read what its own courts hold, then the truth isn't sealed for national security. It's sealed for political survival. Now, I can imagine you guys know where this is going. You can feel where it's going, right? Because when the Epstein case first cracked open, the question wasn't who did what. It was who might talk. And suddenly, everyone in the upper tier, from CEOs to cabinet members, started remembering. They started remembering how silence can be patriotic. It's like a magician's act where the assistant keeps vanishing, except this time it's the evidence that vanishes. And here's the headline. Multiple court motions to unseal the Epstein documents have been slowed or blocked under the banner of privacy. But privacy for who? Because victims, they're asking for sunlight. Transparency. The public is asking for transparency. And only the powerful are asking for patience. And patience, from the public's point of view, is running out fast. And the stakes, they're not abstract. They're as real as it can get. Every file that stays sealed tells predators in high office that justice has an off switch. It tells victims that truth has an expiration date. And it tells the rest of us that democracy can keep secrets from the people who fund it. So pause for a second with me. Take a breath, because we've seen this movie before. We've seen it so many times, right? We've seen it in 1973. It was Watergate. In 2008, it was the banks. In 2020, it was classified pandemic contracts. Different villains, same curtain though. Now imagine if a president, any president, realized he could stretch that same immunity logic, the one shielding the Epstein evidence, into something even bigger. So if a sitting leader can't be indicted, well, why stop there? Why not claim the power to decide what any court can release? It's the same blueprint, just scaled up. Secrecy as governing style. And you might have missed the quiet test run, right? Because during the government shutdown, reports suggest that certain military payments were being privately financed by a billionaire donor. A move critics say blurred the line between state and oligarchy. Now, that's not just fiscal chaos. That's auditioning autocracy. It's like watching a landlord cut off the heat, then letting his rich friend donate a blanket just so he owns your gratitude later. This isn't paranoia, guys. It's precedent. We've seen it before. Each time secrecy wins, it grows teeth. And each time transparency loses, it loses forever. So when people ask why the Epstein files matter, it's not about the gossip, it's about the blueprint. Because if the system can't bury that, it can bury anything. Now, reports indicate over 100 names remain redacted. Some judges cite ongoing investigations, others cite reputational harm. But the Constitution doesn't mention anybody's reputation. It mentions accountability. And somewhere between those two words, accountability and access, our democracy is bleeding out. So let's be honest about the whole thing, right? The media helped this because outrage sells until it starts costing sponsors money. Then suddenly the story shifts from what happened to why talk about it now? And that's not journalism. That's like janitorial service for the powerful. It's absurd. I mean, it's like watching firefighters debate whether to save a mansion because the owner donates to the station. Insane. And here's the deeper part about it all. America runs on controlled transparency, a system that gives you just enough truth to feel informed, but never enough to actually change anything. So the sealed Epstein files, those files are the perfect metaphor. A nation obsessed with exposure, but terrified of what it might expose about itself. Still, cracks appear. Whistleblowers leak, and it all comes out. Because reporters keep digging, courts keep receiving petitions, but somewhere in that pile of sealed evidence lies not just the scandal, but proof that justice can survive money if we demand it loud enough. And that's the real thing, right? Because when those pages finally see daylight, and I hope they will sooner than later, I think it is not a matter of when, but, hopefully they'll see the daylight. It won't just expose names. It'll expose the mechanism of immunity that every administration quietly inherited. The same mechanism that tells presidents, senators, billionaires, you're the exception. But history has a habit of revoking those exceptions. Just ask Nixon, ask the Enron Corporation, ask anyone who thought truth could stay classified forever. So, as we head into another election cycle full of slogans about law and order, remember that law keeps the Epstein files sealed. It's the same law that keeps power unpunished. All right, guys, do I have this all right? Do I have it all wrong? Put it in the comment section below. I look forward to reading all of your comments. I value you guys' opinion so much. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching The Baseline, and we'll catch you the next round. Okay, cheers, everybody.